All of the above? Correct. Question 5. When the angel told Daniel to seal the book until the end, he then quickly added two pointers that will herald the end. What were they? A. Let me put this down. Sorry, my laptop slept. A. Knowledge would increase and so would mobility. B. Despite great knowledge, men would be mockers of God and violent. C. Despite great knowledge, there would be plagues and many would die. Or D. There will be many false gods and great wickedness. A, B, C, or D. All right, so we go to Daniel chapter 12. You want to read, please? Yeah. 12 and 4.
Daniel 12:4. Thou, O Daniel, shut up the walls and see the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run in and fro, and the knowledge shall be increased.
All right, so the answer there may be a little bit what we didn't expect, but here the last verse is saying that and knowledge shall be increased. That's one. But before that, it says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the walls and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro. So running to and fro, meaning that in those days, people will be able to, you can't run. It's not that you are running here and there, but it's all that you'll be able to move about. You'll be able to, it will be easy. Well, should I say mobile? You'll be able to go and come. You'll be able to fly easily. And somebody can pay how many thousands of dollars, 4,000 or 5,000, something like that, and use the jet that flows from London here in a few hours rather than 7 or 8 hours. So knowledge would increase, and so would mobility. We'll be able to go up and down, and that is what. So A is correct. While the others may be correct too, but for this particular question, this is what is applicable. So A is correct. Question 6. When the Lord Jesus Christ was telling the disciples about the last days, he mentioned a sign in the sea. What was that? A. The sun, or sorry, the sea rather, would be as flat as glass. The sea would be as flat as glass. B. The sea level would rise by 30 centimeters as the world got hotter. C. The sea would fall off the earth and the globe would become dry. Or D. The sea would roar. A, B, C, or D. All right, again, we are in Matthew, so let's see. and we really need to go over Matthew as an expository because it has a whole lot of information that we'll need. So, Matthew 24:7 says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Right? And I'm reading six. Oh, what am I? Six. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the answer to question 7. So uh, we are rather in Luke 21:25. Sorry. Luke 21:25 says, "And there shall be signs in the sea, in the sun, and in the moon, and in the," is that right? 25, right? "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring." So, all right. So D is correct. The sea would roar. That's the answer there. So, question 7. When the Lord was telling the disciples about the last days, he said, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and what? A rather, the sun shall not give her light. B, men's hearts shall fail them for fear. C, earthquakes in different places. Or D, 1/3 of the stars shall fall to the earth." A, B, C, or D?
See, earthquake,
Oh,
in different places.
all right, so let's go and see what Matthew 24 is telling us. And 7. 24:7, please.
Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Thou shalt be famine and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places.
All right, so that is what's going to be happen, and then uh, so C is correct. There will be all of these things happening, and while we see that some of them have happened, but there's more coming. So we need to be, and the earthquake can be also not only physical earthquakes, but sometimes things that may be happening in different countries can also be attributed. We can have, things that may happen in a country which, for example, look at what is happening in Nigeria. Uh, People, the Fulanis, are going about butchering people, and the government is just acting as if nothing is happening. And then you see them going about. A Fulani herdsman is supposed to be carrying a stick to control the cows going left and right, but the Fulanis are now carrying guns. What has guns to do with rearing cattle, if it is not an ulterior motive, ostensibly to act as if you are just, guarding your cows. All right, may the Lord help us. Question 9. The Old Testament prophet Joel spoke of wonders in the heavens and the earth, blood, fire, and pillars of smoke before the great and terrible day of the Lord. Joel 2:30. Which one of the disciples quoted him in the book of Acts? A. Andrew. Sorry?
You jump over number 8.
I didn't do 8. I didn't. Oh, well, sorry. I'm. Pardon me. Good. Thank you for paying attention. Sorry. Question 8. The apostle John saw the river Euphrates dried up. For what reason? A. To prepare a place for the kings of the earth, of the east, rather. B. To prepare the way of the Lord. C. To bring God's judgment on the people of the area. Or D. God is going to divert it to water the land of Israel? A, B, C, or D? Question 8. All right, so let's go to Revelation 16 and verse 12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared." So, when this is being given to us, we look at it as, you know, we know the river Euphrates. It's a path, even when God created, Adam and Eve, and in the Genesis we find the name there, but it's one of the rivers there. So the river, it leads to Israel, and because they this is talking about war. I mean, this is really things that will happen, because we all know that the Arab world and some other Western countries don't accept Israel. They don't even want it to exist at all. They think Israel should be wiped off. Even though we know they are brothers, so all the Arab, they came from Ishmael, who was the son of Abraham, and it's you see we are not blaming Father Abraham, but we know when we disobey God's commandment, things happen, and we think that, oh well, God said, wait, I'm going to give you a child and all that, and they say, oh, and the wife said, well, nothing is happening. Why don't you just marry my slave and have, and then, well, it happened. The slave had a baby. Baby became Ishmael, and then later, God gave Isaac, and Isaac, said, "Oh well, sorry, I messed up. I should have waited, but well, it's already happened." And what has happened since then? Hatred between brothers. That the Arab don't have any love for Israel, and they want to annihilate them. They want to remove them. They want to erase them from the world. And so, because of what that mistake that was done, or sin, if we may call it, the Arab world, the people in the East, you can see that Iran is very, very angry or hates Israel. They are doing everything to wipe Israel from the whole world. And so, this, what we just read, is saying that God is going to be doing something, maybe it's as if to help them. They want to attack Israel, they want to attack Jerusalem, they want to attack and wipe them off. And so God is going to say, oh, okay, well, let me just clean this water for you, this river. I'll make it smooth for you to be able to go. But we know that nowadays people use airplanes and all of this, and they can even stay, far away and shoot, a missile from their boat, from their ship, from far away, and it will get to their location. But God is saying He is going to make things as if easier for them, but then they are all going to be destroyed, because when they come in, if in Ezekiel 12, we have the answer there, that those who surround Jerusalem or Israel to try to kill them, God is going to, make them, all, burn them up. It's there, but maybe we are not going to read that, since that's not part of it. But just for information, if you read Ezekiel 12, 1 and 2 or 3, we can find that what will happen to anybody who comes to any nation, rather. In this case, this is talking about nations, which means, we can say Russia, we can say China, and then Iran, and all the other countries that comprise East. So when you say East, anybody, any country in the East, they're all going to come and say, well, they want to destroy uh, Israel, and God will say, okay, I've given you a smooth path, so go ahead and see what you can do. But they can't do anything, because they are all going to be, destroy. God is going to destroy them Himself on behalf of Israel. So that will happen. So that is so A is correct, to prepare a way for the kings of the east. All right. Now, question 9.